Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome to Inner Space Wembley. Any idea what tonight's theme is? It's a full-time job. Believing in yourself. Yes, very interesting topic and a very warm welcome to all of our online viewers as well. Very interesting theme, a full-time job, believing in yourself. And for that, we have our guest speaker, Sigrun, with us. I know personally Sigrun for a very long time. She's always calm, always happy, always smiling. She is originally from Iceland, and she has come out from her comfort zone about 7 years ago to moving to London. And coming out from the comfort zone is always hard, but she is a living example of it. And apart from that, Sigrun has been practicing Raj Yoga meditation over 15 years and embracing the simplicity, calm, and contentment it brings. And also, she contributes to hospitality and some of the admin at our headquarters in Global Corporation House. So, not taking so much of your time, and please welcome Sigrun.
Welcome again to this Tuesday talk. Yes, it's interesting topic. Full-time job, believing in yourself. And I would say this is the most valuable job that we can ever have. Because whatever is going on in my mind is my reality. Whatever I believe, that is my reality. And every single person or every single soul in the world are running their life on their beliefs and on the knowledge that they have taken in on their way through life. And in this blurb of this talk was one of the things that was said, where does this come from? Where does it come from if we are not happy with ourselves, if we are negative? And we can ask us, where does it come from? If you think about yourself when you were about 6 months old, you felt there was nothing wrong with you. You were absolutely perfect. You absolutely loved yourself completely. Of course, you complained if you didn't get a new diaper on the right time or didn't get to eat when you were hungry or you needed to sleep. But when we come into this world, we are pretty content with ourselves. And then we walk this path through life and we get all kind of information. We could get information from our parents, from the school system, from the societies, the friends. And if we just look at the world today, all the advertisement, it's constantly telling us that we need something. Of course, they have to tell us that we need something, so we will buy something. They want us to buy something, and if we don't need anything, we won't buy anything, and then the business is not going well. So it has built up for a long, long time, all this advertisement about you constantly need to get something so you can be happy, so you can look good, so the society accept you. Yes, so you feel good. You especially have to be a special brands, clothes to feel good, and all these things. So we are constantly getting this information that I'm not enough. I'm not enough the way I am. And if I take it in and gradually, I start to believe that I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, and I need to prove myself. I need to prove myself by how I look, what I wear, what I own, and etc. and etc. Just want to tell you, I went to Iceland during Christmas, and I heard one phrase that one man said on the news. He said, "People are constantly buying things for money that they don't have. You know, they're taking loan to buy a car or buy a house or buy this. They're buying things that they don't need to impress people that they don't know." And this is quite a lot how the reality is today, how the today's world is. We tell ourselves that I need this. Do I ask myself, why do I need this? Why do I need this? Is it because I don't have anything to wear? Or is it because I want to look good? Or is it because I want to get approval from someone else? And if I'm doing it to get approval from someone else, it's really spending money for others. Another thing is, I said to my sister once when she was going to the capital, I said to her, I used to live in the north and the capital was in the south, and she was going with her friend for a weekend. And I said to her, before you buy anything, ask yourself if you need it. When she came back, she said, "You ruined my weekend." She has quite a lot of everything, so you know, I took the pleasure out of the buying for her because she asked herself, "Do I need this?" And she didn't need anything, so she couldn't buy anything with a good conscience. But this belief system, you know, we have some kind of belief system, and it is really rooted in us. It is rooted in us because that is part of our self-chat. When we are chattering to ourselves, and most people are chattering or talking to themselves constantly. You know, you wake up in the morning and something goes through your mind. Could be, oh, a wonderful day, or, oh, I'm too tired, or where is the clock? I have to turn off the clock, or, you know, whatever. No two have the same thought system. But if I start the day on a negative thoughts, that's affecting the day. And the same, before I go to sleep, if I worry about tomorrow, if I'm thinking about everything I have to do tomorrow and worrying about that, then I'm putting myself asleep, and that is lying in my subconscious the whole night, this worry about tomorrow. And that's not good to do that before you go to sleep. It's very important because, it's like you are taking overdose of whatever you think just before you go to sleep. You know, sometimes people are looking at the social media, looking at something, say, for example, Instagram or Facebook or something, then they go to sleep. And they dream someone they have never dreamt before. And if they start to think about, oh, this was the last person I saw on social media. So it's like what we are thinking about, the last thought before asleep, that is lying in the subconscious and is affecting our dreams as well. So it's very important what you listen to and watch just before you go to sleep. It's like you're feeding your subconscious with these thoughts, taking it in, and it's lying there, and it's like, it's like simmering the whole night in there in the system. And I did it for a while. I wrote some very positive affirmation and made sure that I was thinking that when I was falling asleep. I put it on my wall. It was when I was in Iceland. I was in Iceland in a center where there were just 2 regular students, or 1 regular student and 1 teacher. So to keep myself on a track, I had to have a lot of newness, and that was very interesting to have a lot of newness. I had to be very creative just to keep myself going. And this was one of the things I did. I wrote some positive affirmation and sticked it on the wall next to my bed. And then I woke up in the morning, went to the bathroom, and usually when I was brushing my teeth, this thought came into my mind, because it has been lying there. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I'm back on track. Yes. Another thing that I wanted to mention is, I was saying we learned a lot of things when we were in our upbringing, and what was said to us when we were children. And the first 6 years of our life, we are just like a sponge. We take everything in without rationalize or understanding whether it's right or wrong. If something happens, we feel like it's always our fault. So if we have gone through something hard the first 6 years of the life, it doesn't have to be hard. It can be just some kind of mistake. You broke something and somebody said something to you, or and we can keep that within and feel like, oh, it's all my fault. My mother and father, they were always arguing because I was not good enough, or this happened because I didn't do the right thing. Uh, Once my daughter was in another town. She was quite young, and we needed to go and pick her up, and it was a bad weather. And me, my husband, and the middle child it was my hometown, drive to pick her up, and we had a car accident. And I broke one arm, and my husband broke one arm, and it was quite a serious car accident, but everybody survived. Many years later, she said, it was the little one who we was picking up. She said to me, it was my fault that you had this car accident. And she was not even in the car. She was just, I was going to go and pick her up. This is how the child brain works. If they are involved in something, they so often blame themselves. And this can be part of our belief system our whole life. I felt like I did something wrong, and it's my fault that something went wrong. And I carry this misbelief with me my whole life. So it's a complicated world in there, but it is possible to change it. And in the introduction of this talk, there was talking about Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day is coming up, and the love for the self, and do I really love myself? We have all kind of relationship. We have relationship with many people. We have relationship with people that we work with. We have relationship with those we live with. We have relationship with our parents. But I say the most important relationship is the relationship between the soul and this body. In Brahma Kumaris, we learn that I'm a soul, I'm a point of light, and this body here is my vehicle. I'm using this body to express myself, to create, and to experience. And I'm just playing this part. But there is very, very subtle relationship between the soul and the body. And it's always the soul that takes the decision how the body is treated. So am I treating myself, or am I treating this body properly? Or am I not doing that? And this is one of this very, very important thing to examine yourself. You know, we can abuse this body by not allowing it to sleep, not feeding it properly, not exercising, work too much, be stressed, be worried, you know, all these things. And we tend to not look at it as that way, that I am treating this here, this body of mine, badly. And every morning we have a class or lesson, and in this morning lesson, there's like a blessing in the end, and it was mentioned in the blessing about taking, or it was like dancing in the wave of the oceans, and it was about the relationship with money and with health. And I can think about, you know, I have been having this body. It has been my costume for quite many years, 66, no, 50, almost 58 years. And how do I treat it when it's not healthy? How do I treat it when there are pain? How do I talk to my body when I cannot get out of bed because I'm not well? Am I happy with this body, or am I telling it off? Oh, why are you like this? Or, you know, we all have this subtle conversation when the body is not working the way I want it to work. And this is the relationship between the body and the soul. And another relationship that is very interesting is a relationship with money. What is my relationship with money? You know, am I taking in sorrow and worries about money all the times, or am I just easy with it? Money just comes and go. You know, it's the constant flow. When it comes, it will go. But am I complaining about the system? Am I complaining about the tax? Am I complaining about the heating? When I complain a lot about something that I cannot change, I'm taking sorrow from it. I'm really taking sorrow into the system that is not good for the body. So this is one of this very, very subtle relationship that is affecting the body and the whole system and my belief system. And we want to believe that we are good. We want to believe that at least we want to create bright and nice future and fortune. We want to have a great fortune, but nobody can do it for me. I have to do it myself. And I do it through my beliefs and my thoughts. How I think about myself. Do I feel like I deserve the best? Or do I treat myself the way that I don't deserve the best? You know, it is all our creation. And when it comes to love, if I don't love myself, and I don't respect myself, I'm unable to give love to others. And in Brahma Kumaris, we are practicing connected to the divine, go into meditation and connect to the divine and create this loveful relationship. And for quite a long time, it was very complicated for me to understand the relationship between, or the difference between the love between the divine and the soul and love between human beings. And it was very good to get this topic and just dive a little bit into it. And what I realized that usually when we are seeking for love outside, we want to be in relationship or we want to get love from our parents or our children or somebody or grandparents or whatever, and it's filled with expectation. I really expect those people to treat me nicely and give me love. But what is in today's world is that most of the souls, the battery of the soul is becoming very low. It's like the battery of the mobile phone. When we have used the mobile phone for a long time, the battery become low. And what we are usually doing when we want to be in close relationship with someone, it happens because I want to get something from that soul, or I want to get something from that person. So the love relationship today is usually filled with expectation, and you want that soul to make you happy. You want that soul to make you content. Maybe you need security, so you expect that soul to give you security. And usually it's two souls who are both on the same page, both with rather low in energy. So when something goes wrong, when the person doesn't fulfill your desires, the person is not doing what you want her to do or him to do, then the love is not as strong. It lowers the energy of love. When it's become regular, I've known each other for a long time, it stopped to be so blissful, and we get disappointed. It's Valentine's Day, and she didn't even say I love you, or he didn't bring me flowers. So you're expecting this person to give you something, to fill up in the gap, because you want to get charge from the other person. So it's so much about taking and so little about giving in today's world. Most of the people want to take. But the difference between this love and the love with the divine is that the divine is constantly like the sun, radiating qualities, powers, radiating its virtues, and it doesn't take anything back. And when I step or dive into this relationship with the Supreme Soul, I really can fill up the battery of the soul. I cannot do that when I'm in relationship with human beings. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to be in relationship with human beings, but we should not expect them to be able to fill up me. I cannot expect others to make me full. I have to do it by myself. And the easiest way to do it is to connect to the divine, tap into this loving relationship with the divine. And when I do that, then I am able to give to others. When I have this experience of pure love, unconditional love, then I'm able to radiate that love to others. And I stop having so much expectation. I understand they are souls, and I understand they are just playing their part. And it's so common that we are not taking people the way they are. We want them to be the way I want them. Say, for example, if you have a very good friend and you are very good in the cooking, and you invite this friend to come to your house, and you make 5-course meal for your friend, and she comes and you have a good time together and everything good about that, then you are going to go and meet her at her home 2 weeks later, and you are expecting her to cook something for you, even though you know she's not very good cook. And when you come to her house, she says, "Oh, I've already had my meal. Are you just okay with chatting?" And you say, "Yes, yes," but you think, she's not giving me anything. She's not even giving me a cup of tea. But you know she's not a good cook, and you're expecting her to do the same as you are good in. You want to get the same return that you give. And when we do this, we start to make this havoc in our mind. Start to think, why does she do it? She's not offering me anything, and I did this for her. So in a way, whatever you are giving out, you are giving it because you expect to get it paid back. So it's not giving, it's like a business. And today's love, the love in today's world is often like a business. I love you if you behave. But if you don't behave, I don't love you. If you do this for me, I love you. But if you don't do it, then I don't love you. And so at least it's a beautiful thing to learn to step into meditation and connect to the divine and just sit in this loveful relationship. Just sit in this connection with the Supreme and experience this beautiful, beautiful love. And that is so filling, and the battery taps, it comes brighter, the soul becomes brighter, and then I'm more able to give to others, give and vibrating nice vibrations. And thoughts, words, actions, behavior, all of this affects other, but often we forget that the thoughts are creating vibrations and sending vibrations to whomever, wherever they are in the world. They can be in China, but you can still send them vibrations, whether they are good vibrations or bad vibrations. So it's just good to reflect on all of this. And one of the things is, how can I change my belief system? How can I start to believe in myself if I don't do it already? But most of us have something to deal with. Most of us have something that we are not completely content with. So one technique that is good to do, I don't know, do all of you that are in here meditate? You meditate on a regular basis? Yeah. So one thing that is good to do to practice or raising your belief system towards yourself is to find something that you're really good in. If you have some quality, say, for example, if you are a very honest person and you say, I am an honest soul, and you create some like a affirmation around that, each and everyone would take whatever you like about yourself. You all have some qualities, even though sometimes it seems like it's hard to find them, but they are there. And it's so often that people feel like what I'm good in is nothing special. Everybody else are much better. But find your qualities and put it in your meditation. Create some strong affirmation and put it in the meditation and reflect on it. In meditation, we slow down our mind, we talk slowly, and it's like sinks in. You could say, for example, if I say I'm a happy person, then I can say in my meditation, I, the soul, I'm happy, and I radiate happiness. I give happiness to others. My life is filled with happiness. You can play around this one word that you have chosen for yourself and create your own meditation. And when you do that, it's like it's boost your system. It's like give the energy boost to your belief system about yourself. Because when you take one thing that is good about you, you will remember more, and the other will get raised up. It's just like we say about the powers. There are the 8 powers. The 8 powers are all connected. So if you focus on one of the powers, then the other powers rise up as well internally. So if you create this beautiful meditation around one of your qualities, then it's easier to find more qualities. And the first thing you need to do if you want to change your life is to change your way how you think. It's impossible to change your life if you don't change your thinking pattern. Because where I am right now is just come from what I have created myself. When I was 16 years old, I was in a school and I took a course in giving speeches, giving talks. And I was so shy, the whole course, I never went up. We were supposed to go up and talk. And, I was just far too shy to stand up and say something. I had so low self-esteem. So to be able to sit here today and speak has been a journey. And it has to be a journey where I boost my belief about myself. If I would have kept on telling myself from 16 years age that I cannot talk in front of people, I would never have done it. So if you want to achieve something, you can work on it. It takes time. And of course, I started a long time ago, but it took me quite a long time just to get the courage to stand up and talk. And a lot of people would never do it because, they are just afraid of other people's opinion about them. They're afraid of not remembering what to say. They're afraid of that other will laugh at them. They're not good enough. But if you keep on telling yourself these negative things about yourself, you're never going to do it. So, whatever you want to do, you can do it if you focus on it. The trick is to have a few aim, not 100. If you have 100 desires and you think about them, then you're scattering the energy. If you have one desire, it will become true. It is just like that. Whatever you put energy into, that will happen. And I'm sure something has come into your mind that you want to achieve on your journey through this life. And then it's just work on it. Write about it. Think about it. Visualize yourself that you can do it. See yourself doing it. And it's very, very important to visualize yourself doing the things that you want to do. Once I was walking in a roundwood park, And I was just walking around, and there was a father there with a child, and trying to teach the child to ride a bicycle, and it was not working at all. It was going very badly. And the third time I met them, I stopped, and I said, just started to talk to them, and then I said to the child, "Do you believe that you can learn to ride a bicycle?" No. The child said no. So he didn't have the faith that he could learn ride a bicycle. And I just said to him, when you go to sleep tonight, think about yourself riding a bicycle, and if you visualize something in your head, I never saw this child again. But if you tell yourself that you cannot do the things, that is your reality. Like I said in the beginning, it's our reality, what we tell ourselves. And if I say, no, I cannot do this, that is my reality. If I say to myself, okay, I'm going to practice, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I will give it a try, and it will happen one day. And it's with everything, you know about this, like this book about the secret. It is all about that, and it works. We just have to believe it works. We have to have a goal. We have to have an aim. What we want. Understand what I want, because then I'm going in a direction, not fluctuating here and there and everywhere. So yes, I've touched bases in many places. So this is a very, very vast topic, this belief system. This is one of the things that I really like to do. I really like to do some inner work. I really like to figure out what I can fix in here, because it seems like there is endless work. There's endless things to work on. Say, for example, pain in the body. That is my creation. I have somehow created it. And by making, there's lack of energy flow in the system. And I have created blockages somewhere. But most of the time, we don't want to know that. We don't want to focus on it. We just want to go to the doctor, and the doctor fix it for me, give me some pills, or give me some advice and fix it. But at the end of the day, this is all my creation. It's my creation where I'm located today. I moved from Iceland to London. And when I look back and see a lot of things that have gone through my mind, a lot of things that I wanted to achieve in life, more or less all of them have become true after I came here. It is, but it was not exactly the way I wanted it to be. I expected it all to happen in Iceland, but I had to move. I had to go into another environment. I had to learn a lot of things. I wanted to learn English. That was another thing I got here. I wanted to be around a lot of people who are meditating. Of course, I wanted them to come to my center, but no. I was sent to London, so I was around a lot of people who meditated. So we have a desire for something. It comes. It not always come in the package that we expected. It might come differently. It's often when something comes into our life, we can trace it. Where did I create this? Where did this happen on the way? We can see how I created it if I'm really willing to see it. So it's very entertaining, and it's same with the things that go wrong. You can say, for example, if you cut your finger, you are not thinking about what you are doing. You are not focusing on that what you are cutting. You are thinking about something else. And it is like that. If you hurt yourself, it's because you're not doing, your mind is not on what you are doing. Your mind is somewhere else. And I say that is how I explain stress. Stress is you are doing one thing, but you would like to be doing something else. you were supposed to do this at 2 o'clock, and it's 5 to 2, and you're still doing the other thing, and you're always thinking about the things you were going to go do 2 o'clock. So your mind is not on what you're doing, and you do mistake. When you're hurrying, you do mistake. It's because the mind is not on what you're doing. The mindset is somewhere else. So, do you have any questions? Nice. Maybe Keppel bring some mic.
Hello, thank you, sister, for the topic. It's been really close to my heart. And actually, this is my area where I've worked a long time and still a lot more things to do. I have a question. As being a human nature, our tendency is to, take love from others rather than giving it ourselves. And if your brain is being designed, in such a way uh, that because if you go anywhere, you get bullied in your childhood, if you have parents with hard for yourself, you get used to a habit of, criticizing yourself. That way you feel like, I have to perform in certain way or certain like. How to, you're saying like you can change your inner voice. That's for sure is true. But if you start meditating and your inner voice comes up in a picture and you feel like it's really strong way, it's always criticizing you because that's how you been toned, or that's how you been coded in your head, and that's how the society has been telling you perfection is the thing, which is not exactly true at all. There's nothing perfect in this world. So how to you know being polite with yourself, like you, as you said, like you create a meditation for yourself, and you told the fund of secret as well to get that thing in your head. Even if if that would be easy, everyone could have just visualize and make it work for themselves. Everyone could have been millionaires or billionaires. So like if someone wants to implement that thing, like for self compassion for yourself, how would he able to do that?
First question, have you taken Raj Yoga meditation course? Yes. So what came into my mind, the first affirmation was given to me when I came to Brahma Kumaris, because I had a rather low self-esteem, and one of the main teachers said to me, say to yourself, I am worthy. No, I am worthy. This is the first thing I was told to tell myself. And of course, you might have gone through some trauma. It's rather traumatizing to be bullied, and it's like a heaviness on the mind and on the soul. It's a heavy burden to bring. But of course, we are working with the divine. We are connecting to the divine, and the divine sees us exactly how we were when we were perfect. And these are all layers of experience that have like dimmed the soul, that have taken all the energy of the battery. The battery is almost done because we have so many wrong beliefs. And it doesn't happen overnight, but of course, if you can take love from the Supreme Soul and just direct it straight to yourself, you don't need to give love to others. Because when you start to love yourself, it happens automatically. The main thing is to work on yourself. So I would just, recommend that you sit in meditation, you tap into the love with the Supreme Soul, and focus on yourself. Heal yourself with this love. Visualize it. You can even see that there's light filling up the whole body, going into all the veins, all the cells, and you become like a powerhouse of love. Love yourself. Give yourself as much love as you can. And like I say, it takes time, but everything is possible when you are in the right company. This is just how it is. It's amazing what we can do and how we can change ourselves when we tap into the connection with the divine. Because there you get this pure, pure energy, this loveful energy and powerful energy. Just trust the divine. It's there to help you. The only thing is you have to make the call, be in connection. It just happens when you connect.
So you were talking about more of belief thing and all, but what if your brain is overpowering your belief system, just putting all logics in between? Because you feel like, I'm happy. So your brain says, no, you're not happy. You have these problems.
Yeah.
I have a lot of money. So your brain says, no, you have these things. So like how to overcome those logics, because our brain just understands the logic.
So it is the mind. You're dealing with the mind, and you can train your mind. It's possible to train your mind, the mind, by deciding what you think. The mind is just like a little child. It wants to play with everything at one time. And it wants to play with dangerous things and all kind of things. But you have to decide what work you're going to give your mind. When your mind doesn't behave, that's when it's come to this affirmation. It's very powerful to create some nice affirmations. You can even write them down on a piece of paper. Keep them with you. And when you see you're going down the wrong lane, you put on a brake and start to think of something positive. Because the mind is part of the tools of the soul, and it's I, the soul, who decide what I think. You want to learn to be in control of your mind. And of course, this is to practice. This is a practice that you need to do. You need to practice stopping yourself when you're going in wrong direction. And I know it's possible because I have I've learned that and I have created that. Not always, but if something goes wrong, it might have taken me weeks to overcome it 20 years ago. But I never take more than a day today to just let it go. Or sometimes I'm able to stop it straight away. So it is about training the mind and believing that you, the soul, are in control of the mind. I know it is this chatter, but it's the break. It's a SOS, stop, observe, and what is the third one? I don't know. Yeah, stop and steer. Yeah. Stop, observe, and steer. Go in the right direction. It's like driving a car. Okay.
Yeah. You said you were at 16. You were very shy and couldn't speak in front of people, but today you're sitting here and speak so confidently. So tell us your journey from shyness to confidence. What did you do to change yourself, and how long did it take for you to achieve it?
I pushed myself over the limit many times. Today it is it has been a long journey, and I have done many things. I took part in all kind of volunteer work. I was also in local politics, so I had many opportunities to talk, but it really didn't succeed properly until I figure out Brahma Kumaris. Because when I started on the spiritual journey, I realized that I don't need to prove anything. I don't need the approval of someone. And it doesn't matter whether I'm speaking to 40 or 1, because I know this is just a costume. This costume has a limitation. It's not perfect. but I'm just always doing my best. So it was quite a big shift just when I learned that I'm a soul and I'm just on this journey and I'm here to give. I'm not here. And I want you to go to the divine and ask him to stop this flow of wealth towards me because I don't really need it. And after this rich man, there came a very poor man. And he wanted the same. He wanted the guru to talk to God and said, I'm so poor and I know every human being or every soul is a child of God and I don't understand why God doesn't give me anything. I don't have anything. I hardly have anything to eat. My house is very poor and everything is, I really, really need some help from God. Then they came to the guru 2 days later to get the answer and the rich man came first and uh, the message from God was just stop being so grateful for everything that you have. But it won't stop coming to you if you are so grateful because the gratitude is attracting it towards you. And how can I stop being so grateful? I live such a wonderful life. So it was really embedded in him to be grateful. Then the poor one came and he got the message and he said the message from God were the opposite. Be grateful what you have. If you are grateful for what you have, you will get more. And he said, how can I be grateful for what I have? He had a shawl around him, didn't wear anything on the top, and he was just wearing this shawl around him, around his waist. And he said, this shawl is all I have. And do you want me to be grateful for the shawl? And there came wind and blow the shawl away. So one of the tricks is to be very grateful for whatever you have and be grateful on everyday basis. Because there are a million people in the world who would be like to be in your position. There's so many poetry in the world. There's so many things happening went into the world. And if we look at ourselves as a victim, we are. If we look at ourselves as a winner, we are. I think I stop here. Meditation. So sit comfortably with your back up, right, and breathe slowly. So just allow your body to relax. Make the shoulders drop down and become very and slow down the throat. Just step into this moment awareness and don't think about anything else. Visualize that there be a point of light in the center of the forehead. This is who I am. I am a soul. I am a powerful soul. And I, the soul, I can easily change my inner world. My inner world and my mind like a field. And I can sow whatever I want into this field. If I want wheat, I sow wheat of negativity. But if I want flowers, I sow seeds of positivity, of gratitude, of compassion, love, and happiness. And I will harvest all of this. So every day is a day of sowing seeds. And every day is day of harvest. Whatever I put into this field will come. So I have to make sure that I sow more of good seeds than negative. I take the decision that I'm going to change my mindset and fill my mind with positivity, lightness, and happiness. I'm really, really going to enjoy this journey through life because I am the architect of my own life and I'm creating beauty, love, and contentment. Om Shanti. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Sigrun, for the wonderful talk and all the tools and tips given. Before we go, there's a few announcements. Um, our next week talk, time, place, and the topic is full weatherproof makeup. Also, we do have every Sunday morning meditation, which is online only, and the timing for that is 10 to 10:45. Whoever wish to join, you can go into the website. Every Monday and Thursdays, which is in-house and online reflective meditation, 7 to 7:30 evening. And we have a overcoming anger course on 19th and 20th of February. A little bit advanced, but you can pencil it down. Friday, Wednesday, and Thursdays, both days, 5:30 to 7 p.m. And from 20th of February to 27th of February, which is Thursday to Thursday, except Sunday, we have an experiential meditation in here, and that is from 10:30 in the morning to 5:30 in the evening. So you can join between any time, between 10:30 to 5 p.m. However long you want to do the meditation, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 2 hours, or even all day, whatever people feel comfortable. No, it is here in this in 20th of February to 27th, which is Thursday to Thursday, except Sunday and 10:30. And in line with today's product of the week is being beyond belief book available in the shop. Once again, thank you everybody for joining us, and thank you to all of our online viewers for joining us as well. And have a great